Hello everyone, this is DJS, coach of the Tentacruel Pirates, and welcome to BBR-D League. So if you do not know, BBR-D League is like the daughter of the main BBR League, and we were fortunate to be a part of this league this season, and this is gonna be our draft analysis video. So there are 16 coaches in the division, and I was number 11, so not the best place in the draft position, but however I was lucky to get myself my first pick, which is Iron Valiant. So yeah, I have hardly seen Iron Valiant like make it to the second half of the draft, but yeah, somehow I managed to grab Valiant this time. So yeah, it's basically gonna be probably the main one of our team. It's very good both offensively on both the physical and the special side, and booster speed is like a very good set to clean late game. I have used it a few times before, and yeah, it did pretty well. So I am hoping to have a good season with Valiant again. Next one I pick was more of like why I want to use this one rather than the main reason I picked this one was cause I hate facing this one, and that's gonna be Hisuian Samurott. So yeah, Caesar's Edge is probably one of the most broken moves. Very annoying move, like setting spikes with like using just an attack is I don't know how better you can what good better things you can ask from a move. But yeah, so yeah, I grabbed Samurott on my round two pick. So yeah, basically its main job is gonna be just go and use Caesar Edge, scatter those spikes up, and like hazard removal is pretty bad this gen, not a lot of good removal. So yeah, the spikes will help Valiant to clean up in game, and not only that, I have like often hard times fitting hazards on my team because I like have prioritized other things more than hazards, and most often I see like I have no hazard setter. But with Samurott, I don't have to worry about that. You can just like set hazards with dealing damage. So yeah, this is gonna be a good mon for the team. Next up is a mon I have wanted to since it came out, and this time I had the chance to grab it, and that's gonna be Archer. So yeah, Archer is a pretty good mon. It's bulky on both physical and special side, better than Duraludon at least. And if you give it an assault vest, it's like very tanky and very hard to take down, especially with stamina. And it also has a pretty good special attack, so that it can hard hit pretty hard as well. I have fought this mono several times in other drafts, and it is always a pain to like fight and pray for. So yeah, this is gonna be a mon I'm looking forward to use this season. For our next pick, we grabbed an old and reliable mon, which is gonna be Zapdos. So yeah, Zapdos made it to round 4, and yeah, I thought like it's pretty good mon, still solid mon, even like at like Gen 9. Very good typing, good defenses, although it lost defog and therefore it can't remove hazards anymore. So, but still, it's pretty good. And not only that, with like Zapdos and Archaudon, we have like a mini rain core, although we do not have rain in the team. But if we can like set up our own rain with something, and then like it still hits pretty hard. And most of all, it's like a good pivot for something like a Valiant for our team. So next up, I focused on some removal for the team, mainly in the form of rapid spin, because like we are gonna set our hazards, so it's gonna be bad if we just default this. So I decided to grab Sarina. So yeah, Sarina is a pretty good spinner, especially since it has ways to deal with coast types that user tries to block spins. So yeah, I have used this gen without the DLC moves like triple axel, and it was still pretty good. So with the new DLC moves, it should be much better now. So yeah, it's someone I have used a lot of times, so I am comfortable using it. And yeah, it's gonna be hopefully a good one for the team. So next up, I grabbed Forges mainly because I do have a fairy already in Valiant, but Valiant is not gonna be a defensive mon. So for some defensive options, I grabbed Forges. Besides, like they are like very strong, some special attackers this gen mons like I don't know Chiu, Spectrier, and other things that's like hits very hard in the special side. So I decided to grab Forges because it does have like a very high special stat, which helps a lot. The other reason for Forges grabbing Forges is a Wish Passer because Archaudon is very bulky but it does not have any reliable recovery. But with Forges, we can wish a Baron Pass to Archaudon, heal it back. So yeah, it's basically gonna be the one of the backbones of our team. It doesn't have aromatherapy anymore for like status healing, but still pretty solid for our team. Next, we have our Terra Captain, and that's gonna be Armarouche. So I originally wanted to grab Chandelier because I have been wanting to use Terra Chandelier for a while. However, Chandelier got taken before I could grab it, so I had to settle on Armarouche. I have used Terra Armarouche before. It is actually pretty good, especially with like weak armor and calm mind and like weakness policy strats. You can actually nuke mons with stored powers if you can get like the dark types down. And we do have Valiant, which is like one of the premier dark type killers. So yeah, if we pairing this with Valiant seems pretty good. Yeah, so it's also our Terra Captain. So and this time it's like open Terra, but with Terra preview. So I have to declare my Terra type to my opponent before the game. And with open Terra, it gives like so many options to Armor Rouge. Like I can just go Terra Psychic and boost our Psychic type moves a lot more. I can do Terra Fire, strong armor cannons, or I can just go defensive Terra type, or like an offensive if like I want a Terra Burst type that like my opponents check. Like for example, like both Latis are resisted to both of Armaru steps, so I can just go like Terra Ghost or Terra Dark and then like try to hit them on the weakness, hit their weakness. The other thing I have seen with Armarouge is it also like a pretty good stopper of like sweep sometimes, cause like with weak armor and with the bulk it has, it can usually take a hit and just get a +2 up, outspeeding and then knocking it down. Besides that, I can always use Endure. It does get access to Endure and stuff like Iron Defense and Weak Armor, which like is a bit counterintuitive, but Weak Armor does boost speed by 2 and Iron Defense boost defense by 2, but Weak Armor only reduce defense by 1 stage. So we are actually getting a +3 or something like that if we get hit by a physical move. So yeah, I'm very interested to use this mon and looking forward to our games. I do have some support for it that will be coming to soon. However, next pick is gonna be the Sandslash. So it's gonna be the ground type for our team, and we also didn't have any much hazards. Like our only rocker is Archaudon and Spiker is like Samurott. So I decided to grab Sandslash, which gives both spikes and rocks. And not only that, it also has like rapid spin, so it gives us a second spinner for the team if needed. And like yeah, it's like 4 points, so it's not gonna be like a huge thing, but it's still solid for what it does. And it also has Sandra, so we can always try some like sand sandstorm stuff. So yeah, one is gonna be Indeedee. So as I said, I had some support for Armarouge, so I grabbed Indeedee. Indeedee, mainly I grabbed it for our normal type because our ghost resist now was on a samurai, which is not the very bulky, and indeed at least gives us immunity. But also like Armarouche also gets expanding force, and like with psychic terrain support like this, we have like a small size spam core within DD and Armarouche, especially if Armarouche with Terra, it can actually do pretty good damage in terrain. Besides that, terrain also stops moves like Bullet Punch for Valiant. So like if we have a Caesar fight, like we are fighting a Caesars, then we can actually block the bullet punches with our Indeed's terrain. So yeah, this looked pretty solid for what mons we had, because I don't have a lot of priority myself. My only priority is like Valiant with Vacuum Wave, Shadow Sneak, and Samurats. So yeah, if I can like use this mon character, it should be pretty good for most of the mons I have. And the other thing it gets that's important is healing wish. Like healing wish is like a pretty very good move. Like you can like use something like Valiant to break half your team, get it weakened, and then just healing wish back, and then just repeat. So yeah, this is gonna be a good one. I hoping, and we'll see how it turns out. And for final mon, I actually wanted to draft Reuniclus in this team, but Chandelier got taken, so I had to grab Armarouge. So instead of Reuniclus, I decided to grab Gengar. So Gengar also gives us a speed tier between like Zapdos and Valiant, and it's also like a pretty solid mon. Now it gets Nasty Plot, but I mean Nasty Plot sweeping is pretty hard with in draft with Gengar because it is very frail, so you are gave not a lot of opportunities to set up, but it's still a very good Scarper, very good disruptor. It can like encore with Destiny Bond stuff, and it's actually a pretty good mon I have used before. Like I like using this mon a lot, so I decided to yeah. We had the points. I saved it for Gengar because I figured no one else would have points to take Gengar at the end. So yeah, this is gonna be our team for this season. Valiant, Samurott, Archaludon, Zapdos, Sarina, Forges, Armarouche, Sandslash, Indeedee, and Gengar. Hopefully we're gonna go far, at least make the playoffs. That's my goal for the season for now. And yeah, we'll be back next week for week 1 battle. Bye.